Yeah, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Dobby, but you can call me Dabz.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
This is the 95th book review in my 100 Books in 2018 challenge. Today I'm reviewing the Kane Chronicles, book number 1, The Red Pyramid by Riordan. So this is day... What day is this? 11th in our winter road trip, and when we're filming this, it's Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Merry late Christmas, because I don't know when this is gonna go up. This is December 25th, Christmas. Yep. Merry Christmas to those people who celebrate Christmas. We are at Boyd's Campground in Key West, Florida. Let's begin. By the way, this is Rian's book and I stole it. This story is about siblings Carter and Sadie Kane. Ever since their mother's death, they have been living separately. Carter lives with their dad, Dr. Julius Kane, an Egyptologist, I think, and has been homeschooled and constantly traveling the earth. Sadie, on the other hand, has been living with their grandparents in London, and she goes to school and is living a totally normal life. This story begins on Christmas Eve, when Carter and his father are visiting Sadie. They visit the British Museum, where their father summons a creature and sets off an explosion. In a story about Egyptian gods and goddesses, Carter and Sadie must use powers they never knew they had and the help of their new friends, to save their dad. So I really liked this book. It was full of action and adventure, and it was written really well, especially Carter and Sadie. And Riordan made it sound like kids were actually talking, and it wasn't like adults that were talking in the form of kids. And I really also loved Carter and Sadie's relationship. Even though they live so far away from each other and only get to visit each other a little bit, they tease each other and like siblings. Between this book and the Percy Jackson series, I've read 3.5 of the Percy Jackson series. I didn't get to finish the 4th book. Between this book and the Percy Jackson series, I like Percy Jackson better because of 2 reasons. One reason is I think that Greek mythology is just more fascinating and more interesting to me than Egyptian mythology. And 2, because I like the plot of Percy Jackson better than the Kane Chronicles. So even though I like Percy Jackson better, it doesn't make this book any more worse. It was action filled, but it was also funny at parts. I really like Riordan's style of writing. He adds funny things into his writing, and I really like that. And I would definitely consider reading the next book in this series, and also reading the actual novel, because this is the graphic novel version. And also, what's my next? Oh, so this book was a page turner. I read it in one sitting in the car during the road trip. I read it like all the way through in one sitting. So the drawings in this book, they were more similar to the style of the Hobbit graphic novel. Like I said, these were slightly simpler than Hobbit, but they were still more advanced and more detailed than what I usually read in graphic novels. But the drawings were still great, and they added to the story, and I really like this book in general. I would recommend this book to people who like Percy Jackson, like Heroes of Olympus. Rian, what other books are there? What other series are there? Rian loves Riordan, so.
I don't know that much series, but
Is it just Percy Jackson? Oh, Lost Hero. No, that's Heroes of Olympus. Yeah, Lost Hero is Heroes of Olympus, isn't it? Okay, anyways. So I would recommend this book to people who like Riordan, or people who like Rick Riordan but don't want to read that long of a book because this is a graphic novel, this is good for them. And also, if you have read Greek mythology but you want to try something else, this is Egyptian mythology. So it's something new. And I think this is one of Rick Riordan's only different myths, because he usually writes about Greek mythology, and Heroes of Olympus and Percy Jackson is Greek gods, Greek mythology.
Over here. Greek mythology.
Yeah, that's a Greek gods book. While this book is about Egyptian, but yeah. So, that will be the end of my book review. If you like this video, please like this video. And while you're down there, please subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.